What's guys, welcome back to another video on this channel. My name is Brennan R Vlogs, also known as BRV, and as you saw in the beginning, I just did another unboxing. Now you all might not know what it is, and that's what I'm here to explain. So essentially what I got was a monitor. It's a very small monitor for my camera. Now, as I mentioned before in my room slash setup tour 2023, if you all haven't seen it, you all can go check it out. I will try to remember to put the link in the description below. But if you all do remember from that video, the monitor I had was a big monitor on top of my cupboard, which I used to view myself so I can see everything in focus, lighting is correctly done and stuff like that. However, because that monitor is so big, I had to keep it on top of my cupboard over there, so it was kind of difficult to see myself, especially when I am lower than the monitor itself. It's difficult to see myself from that angle, and the monitor is big, so I couldn't just move it around anyway. So that is why I got this monitor. Now this monitor is also handy for when I go out to shoots for clients, as viewing everything on a little small display on the camera itself is quite difficult, especially when you want to get higher shots or lower shots of something. Now I'm not going to go too much into the tech specs of this monitor. I'm just going to run through the basic features and why I chose this particular one. First of all, this is the monitor right here. I just put on this little attachment on it. Let's get it off real quick. Right, I just put on this little attachment and explain what that is just now. But this is essentially what the monitor is. It's a very small monitor. It's a 6-inch display, which is far better than the 3-inch one on the camera itself, and that one doesn't flip up or anything like that, it just tilts. So this monitor becomes very handy, especially when I want to move it around to see myself. Now the thing is, I'm going to go through the pros of this first, and then I might run through some cons of the actual monitor afterwards. Now there's not much cons pertaining to me. There might be for other people who are interested in getting something like this, but I'm just explaining all this on my behalf and why I chose this particular monitor. For the pros, the reason I got this one because it's a 6-inch monitor. It's not too big and it's not too small. It's easily movable all over the place. It's not heavy to say, you know, it's going to weigh down the camera or whatever I have it on. It's very light as well. Now this monitor has a lot of features, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot of features. From actually getting zebras on the monitor to getting different LUTs. So for instance, for those who know cameras and stuff, the cameras record in picture profiles, and they have things like S-Log2, S-Log3. They have a whole set of others as well. I normally record in S-Log, so this monitor would be able to see the S-Log from the camera. It's just a monitor, displays everything. However, the LUTs, it has built-in LUTs where I can get a glimpse or an idea of what the actual video would look like. So the camera still records in that picture profile, but it shows a different look of it to show what it will actually look like when you all see the videos or anything like that, which is very handy. You can also input your own LUT. So let's say you made your own LUT that you like and that you use regularly, and you don't like the ones that came with the monitor. You can actually import your LUTs into the monitor to use that to get an idea or a viewing of what the video would look like. Now they have a whole lot of other features. They have its touchscreen, so I can touch to up the brightness, to low down the brightness, to get different colors. They also have false colors, so you can make sure everything is exposed properly. It is a really nice monitor. Now, the main reasons I got this monitor was because of the size and mostly just for viewing. I do appreciate all the other features that come with the monitor. I will learn to use them eventually. However, right now I don't need to. Mostly I just use the LUT to get an idea of what the video would look like, make sure everything is in focus. I use the little focus dots it have on the monitor itself to make sure everything is in focus from what my eyes could not see. The monitor will help me do that. The camera also has that function, but again, because the screen is so small, it's difficult to see all those things. So that's mainly what I use the monitor for. Now, another thing is that this monitor has multiple ways of being powered on. Firstly, it powers by battery. Now, I have 3 batteries in total. Now, each battery, I haven't done a full field day testing of this monitor as yet, but from what I experienced so far, I had this monitor running for about an hour or so. Nothing heavy, it's just displaying what I'm seeing through the camera. And this was at 100% and it stayed at that 100% for that full hour, which is amazing actually. I could probably get a full day out of it, but I also got extra batteries because sometimes I do a lot of recording stuff throughout the day, so I have those just in case I never want to run out of that battery power, because that's like one of the worst things to happen during a shoot, where your batteries just die and you have no way of powering anything. The battery is one way of powering it. There's also a DC in, a 12-volt DC in power. I don't have an adapter for that, but it does have that option if you are just using the monitor on a tripod or anything like that and you don't want to rely on the battery power. There is the option of plugging it in using that DC output. It uses those little round barrel jacks. There's also a USB type C port, which is used for 2 main functions. One of them is powering on the actual display. So for instance, your battery has died and you have a power bank, you can use that power bank to now power your monitor, which is absolutely amazing in my opinion. The other use of this USB type C port would be to transfer those LUTs I was talking about. So when you want to have your own LUTs, you can use this USB type C port to import your actual LUTs onto the device itself. Now, I mentioned the battery before. The battery is simple. It just come in and click. There's a little red marker on it to show that it's getting power, and then you just hold down the power button and it will come on. Now, I didn't discuss the brand of it. Now, the brand of this is the Fieldworld F5 Pro V4, the version 4 of it. Now, it's not a very expensive monitor, and I believe they cut cost when it comes to build quality because the entire thing is plastic. So it is somewhat fragile. If this thing falls, I don't have much hopes that it will survive a big fall or even a little fall because it's plastic and it's screen. That is why I actually left the little screen protector it came with. I didn't want to pull that off as yet. But other than that, I don't really have much cons when it comes to those things. In terms of my usage, it doesn't really have much cons. One other thing I would have to say though, it doesn't have a very high peak brightness. Now this monitor goes up to 500 nits, which in terms of displays is not really impressive. Now for indoor use, it's absolutely amazing. It's very bright. You can control the brightness. So if you can slide, you have the little brightness control, so you can control how bright the actual display is, but the max brightness is 500 nits. In daylight, like harsh sun, I'm talking about midday daylight, that heavy sun, it's going to be very difficult to see the monitor, and that is where this little attachment comes in. So this attachment just goes on the actual monitor itself. It just clips on easy like this. There we go, right here. And then It also came with this little sunroof or monitor roof, and with this little attachment I put on, it's just simple velcro where you can just come here and stick it on, and that's it there. So now it has a little roof to block some of that harsh sunlight onto the monitor itself. Now I haven't fully tested it in harsh sun as yet, but from what I have heard and what the people have told me and from reviews, it does the job, but it still would have some issues seeing in harsh sunlight. Now for my use cases, most of the time so far I've been doing things either in a club, indoors, in a business, or anything like that, so it's no big issue for me personally. There are times I will have to use it in the sun, but that's where this will come in, and I believe this will be good enough for me just to make sure everything is in focus and everything is in proper frame, and you know, and things like that, the basic stuff when it comes to this particular monitor. That's basically about it when it comes to the monitor itself. Now, as I mentioned before, I have this long little, I know it's blurry for y'all, I can't really see it's blurry, but I know it's blurry for y'all, but I have this long little thing, HDMI, so let me just plug it in. And there you have it. Now I know it's a little blurry, but you could get a little idea on how I see what exactly is going on. So this is basically what I would see from the camera, and so the camera sees me and I would see what the camera sees. And yeah, that's basically about it for the monitor. I don't want to go too much into the techie stuff of it. I just touched on the surface level things of this. Now, what I also got with this is a little carrying case. Now I have my camera bag and I don't want to just drop this inside the camera bag because things do shift around and I don't want anything to touch the screen, especially hit the screen, because I don't know what type of plastic or glass they use on it and how durable the actual screen is, but I don't want it to get scratches or cracks on it. So I also got this case with it so I can pack the monitor in here, so it'll be a little safer when traveling around with the actual monitor itself. And yeah, that's basically what I wanted to talk about when it comes to this monitor. I hope you guys enjoy this little video. I'm going to try to keep this video short because I know I did talk a lot about what this monitor is. I do have some other stuff incoming as well, so you'll get another unboxing video. I am actually quite excited about that one. So without me rambling any much further, I hope you guys enjoyed. My name is Brendan R Vlogs, also known as BRV. Consider subscribing, leaving a like on this video, and comment what video you all think I should do next, or what exactly you liked about this video, or if you have any questions about this video or this monitor, I'll be happy to assist you. I also have my Discord server, so y'all can add me there, not add me, but y'all could join the server and talk to me there as well. I am trying to revamp it back up again. I'll be playing games there, talking to everybody there, and yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and goodbye.